Hello everyone and welcome back finally to WolfQuest. It has been a long time since we have checked in on WolfQuest, and after all of the pleas, the comments, the emails, the letters that have been sent in, the adamant fan fiction and the fan art that has come in, I have decided that we will be returning to WolfQuest. You guys love WolfQuest. It is a game that manages to open up the natural world to so many of you, to really allow you to share your passion with wolves, share your passion for learning more about the way that the world really works. And I've been so proud at seeing how so many of you use WolfQuest as the first step in learning more about science and nature and the real life that we have all around us that needs our help and our attention with the environment and just with your own studies. So that said, I am very happy to bring WolfQuest back. I am very excited to see where we're going to go, and I have something very, very, very special in mind planned for the summer, because this is going to be the summer of the wolves, my friends. So keep your eyes out. This is going to be a really, really fun arch that we're going to have all summer, where we're going to be focusing on our WolfQuest wolves. And hopefully for those of you guys who are kind of in the same boat that I am in, where it's the same 2 levels over and over again in WolfQuest and could use a little bit of spice, hopefully we will not only be able to have our WolfQuest series going, but we will move WolfQuest in some form or fashion into The Sims 3. So we'll be able to follow genetics, we'll be able to send our wolves on all sorts of expeditions, we'll be able to have more stories in that game and that world with the wolves that are descended from our WolfQuest wolves. But for those of you guys who just really passionately love WolfQuest specifically, we will be running the Summer of the Wolves, and we will be seeing how our pack is going to change over time and over the generations. And this time around, you guys, there's going to be so much voting. You are going to have so much influence on what is going to happen to these packs and what is going to go on in their lives. You are going to be able to vote on what happens to the puppies while they're still at the den. Are they going to unfortunately pass away because of an unexpected badger attack, perhaps? Or are they going to get new ancestor blessing that will protect one of our puppies in the future? That power is going to be in your hands. Who they choose as a mate, where we decide to go, which den we pick. A lot of those options are now going to be in your power, and you need to make sure to check the video description of every video for a link to a straw poll where you guys can go and vote, and you will have the control over the destiny of our wolf pack that we are going to have all summer. So make sure you keep an eye out on that, because it's a really great interactive way to feel like you are truly affecting their stories, and that's because you guys are. So you guys may have noticed that I keep saying wolf pack, and you may be very curious about what is going to happen with the moon pack and with the Stormy Skies pack. And what's going to happen, you guys, is after the tragedy that has happened in the moon pack, with Lunala losing almost all of her puppies, with Shadow being the only survivor, with them fleeing from the mountains, we are going to say that the moon pack has shattered. That does not mean it's gone forever, but that means it has changed forever because of the burden that Lunala carried on her shoulders and the way everything fell apart. And so we are going to combine the Moon Pack and the Stormy Skies pack into one pack again. After generations of being split apart into 2 packs, they're going to join together and become the Starry Skies pack. And so I'm really excited to jump into that. And one of your guys' first things to vote on is actually going to be picking the future mate, one of the males from the Stormy Skies pack, who is going to come and join the new founder of our new branch of the Moon Pack history, the Stormy Sky, or the Starry Skies pack, Star Dancer. And you guys may remember Star Dancer. She was actually one of my absolute favorites. I really, really missed her, and I'm really excited to have the chance to let her not only have her own pack, but start an entire new legacy. So she is going to be the wolf that we start with for the summer, and we're going to see how the generations, how your guys voting, how your guys influence, the fan art, the fan fiction that you leave in the comments is going to change this new branch of our wolf packs. So just to remind you guys what Star Dancer is like, she has a bit of a darker coat, a lot of grays. She has the white coat that tends to be traditional in the moon pack, and she's extremely fast. She's very, very, very fast. She has almost no strength, but she has quite a bit of stamina and quite a bit of speed. And that's kind of her thing, is she's as light as the stars. She kind of jumps around. She's been very successful roaming around on her own as a lone wolf, but she did manage to get caught in a coyote trap. So in one of those nasty little traps that'll kind of snap closed on your feet. Well, she managed to get herself caught in that, and thankfully it wasn't too bad, so she didn't break any bones. bones, but she ended up getting picked up by some biologist, treated, and then released with a radio collar. And she'll have that radio collar until we decide that something's going to change about her if something happens in the future, because as you guys may remember, the Atlas from the Stormy Skies pack actually had a radio collar, but it got ripped off by a bear after he got attacked by the cursed bear on the Cursed Bear Mountain. So that was very exciting. But yes, that's her. So she's looking really good. She's got the radio collar on. She's extremely fast, and we're going to go ahead and dive into Amethyst Mountain today. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to help determine what mate she's going to have of the 3 surviving males from the Stormy Skies pack. So from Misty's 3 boys, you guys will be voting between them, and we'll talk about them more next time. For today, we're going to go found an entire new pack, and I'm really excited about this. And also, we have rolled the dice to see what level of difficulty she will have, and she's actually going to have a pretty easy life, so she really lucked out. Oh my gosh! Speaking of pretty easy life, there's an elk just to get us started. Oh my gosh, and she's weakened too, and there's a dead elk. What? Alright, go Star Dancer. You've got this. You have like no strength whatsoever, but you've got this. And then we'll go ahead and we will wear her down. This is awesome. So she went like 2 seconds and she managed to find some food. So clearly she's extremely lucky. And I'm going to say the reason she has not yet been in a pack, she doesn't really have any pups of her own, she doesn't have a mate of her own, is because she spent about a year being in rehabilitation with a bunch of biologists. Oh my goodness, there's a coyote. She got distracted by the coyote. But we actually need to get in here. Oh, no, you don't. So she has no bite strength. That might be a year of lost experience. So we might see if we can alter her like physical strength in the future. So that could be something you guys end up voting on. And her first kill! Just like that! Star Dancer! Congratulations! Welcome to the forest! Like, holy moly! So she clearly is able to at least hunt down like weakened elk, so that's going to be good for her. But yes, because she is founding the brand new pack, the Starry Skies pack, then the thing is her stats are going to be extremely low. And until you get several stats, I think it's about 750 experience points, until you get up to that, you cannot even have a mate. So we're going to have to spend a little bit of time working with her. But we have fresh stats, so we can see where starting here, she is able to build up elk hunts, the cow elk hunts, the coyotes killed, hares killed. I don't think at this point she would feel coyotes are much of a danger. She probably got used to their scent. Oh my gosh, there's so much food. She probably got used to their scent when she was actually at the rescue center. Look how fast she is. So she's not too alarmed by them. And that might not help her. Like being acclimated to the coyotes might actually hurt her if they end up coming for her pups in the future. But for now, she's free. She's more or less just been released. They might have let her go near where they saw a weak elk to see if she could hunt on her own, and she totally did a good job of that. And then she can go ahead and spend some time running through the trees. Oh, and we've already found the elk. She is so fast. She just covers so much ground. She just covers so much ground without even having to worry about it. Look at that. All right, we can do some good hunting. That's another weakened cow elk. I think she's happy to have the soil under her paws, happy to be in the forest again. Even if she's not the strongest hunter, she's pretty darn fast. So she's probably going to be one of those wolves that kind of works through wearing down the elk in pieces, like uses her great stamina and patience in being able to get her prey items cornered. So we'll be working with her on doing some hunting. She's doing a pretty good job. All right, chase the elk into the trees. You're doing really good, Star Dancer. There's so many dead elk everywhere, though. I could just picture that for now she's chasing the elk and eating them, just from the sheer joy of being a wild predator back in the forest. All right, but really, I think she's extremely patient. I could even see her being a little bit playful with trying to take down the elk. So we'll have to see how Stardance turns out. She was a very interesting puppy. She also comes from Lunala's litters. So not from Lunala, but she was a sibling of Lunala. So she also has that huge benefit I think even getting beat up, she'd be a little bit like patient about it. She's probably one of those wolves who got hit by a car or like got her leg caught in the trap, and instead of freaking out too badly, she kind of was like, well, this isn't good, but I'm not going to get too distressed about it. So she has a much lighthearted personality. I think she's got a bit of soul in her as a result of that. And who knows how many generations ago, but basically her great mini great's grandfather's soul. I could see a lot of his traits in her. Look at all of this food everywhere. Wow. There's just so much of it. There's so much of it still on the hoof. There's so much of it on the ground. And I think that she just loves chasing things now that her leg works again. So she would be chasing these elk everywhere. But yeah, when you guys vote, and next time we will actually spend some time. Come on, you can get it. You can get it. Next time we'll spend some time showing off Geo, Slate, and Wisp. Those are the 3 pups that you guys may remember from Misty's pack, but we'll spend a little bit of time showing them off, and then you guys get to decide next time and vote on who you want to be her mate. And oh good, she really is great at chasing them into the trees. That's awesome. And the way that we'll figure out if they're their mate or not is the straw poll. When it's up next time, we'll have a link to a bunch of descriptions of how they look, and then we'll try to basically pair that wolf as accurately as possible with the stray wolves, with the wolves who are dispersal wolves here. We'll try to match up. We'll just have to run from wolf to wolf to wolf until we finally find one that matches up just right with her personality. Are you just gonna like roll around? She probably would just roll around and play. She's happy to be out again. She's a beautiful gray color. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Eclipse that way. Eclipse was all black, but still. I think she might go and like grab one of the other elk leg bones from the dead elk that are just lying around while she corners this one. So she does take a few hits, like, because her stamina is what it is and her strength is what it is. But something tells me that she's kind of resilient. So I like her personality already as it's starting to poke out. Hey, none of that. There we go. Yeah, she's probably pretty resilient. And until she gets really, really hurt, she doesn't really panic. There we are. But yeah, that's how we're going to try to match up her mate. You guys will vote on her mate next time, and then we'll just have to keep wandering around Amethyst Mountain until we happen to run into a dispersal wolf who, as closely as possible, if not 100% accurately, because it's just hard to do it that way, matches... Oh, are we all out of elk? Have we hunted all the elk? Okay, let's go look for more elk. We'll just have to see... Oh, there they are. We'll have to see which dispersal wolf matches the one that you guys pick. So it may not be a 100% match, but in spirit, you guys will be picking and voting on the wolf that she's going to have as her mate. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can take this cow elk down. And we'll have to see. I don't know if she'll have any white puppies because we are a very, very, very long way away from that level of experience to get the white puppy. We're only at 300 experience with this new branch of the pack. So she doesn't have all of the success, she doesn't have all of the strength of the moon pack to rely on. In a way, it's really like her mother. You really can't get away from just how wonderful her mother's line was. No wolf is ever going to be as great as she was, you know what I mean? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just walk. Maybe chase this elk down. And I think that Star Dancer would probably just want to wander around in the forest. And then next time we come back, we'll have to see if we can get her up to enough experience points to be able to get a mate. And then we'll have to see who you guys decide to pick as her mate. So I'm extremely excited, you guys. In a lot of ways, we are running the same path. We're going down the same area, moving through the same motions that so many of our wolves already have. But that's kind of the thing about the beauty of life, the way that it'll be the same story. Under it all is the same story told over and over and over again in all sorts of new ways. Come on, you can do it, Star Dancer. There we go. Do you hear that? They're coming to check in on her. Do you hear that? You can hear the plane. I don't see the plane, but you can hear the plane because she's wearing a radio collar. Oh my goodness. I wonder where it is. I think it distracts her a little bit. So she'd probably scarf down her food. What was that? Hey, elk. Oh, look, there it is! You guys, we just saw the plane! That's so cool! We'll have to see if it comes back to check in on her next time. I bet she's a little bit alarmed and would kind of want to slip into the shadows and sort of get out of the way of whatever that noisy thing was. But yeah, in a big way, in the exact way, actually, we are literally doing the same thing we have done with so many generations of wolves before. But that can often be said to be the case with all of the stories, with all life. You move through the same motions. You have the story of life and birth and death repeated again and again and again. And it's the details of that story that make them into the beautiful, beautiful memories that we have of all the wolves that have gone before, of all the people that we hear about. And I just really hope that you guys will enjoy our Summer of the Wolves. And it's the same pattern. It's the same story of life and death and birth and the cycle of all of it. But I hope you'll enjoy watching Star Dancer and watching the Starry Skies pack follow that trail. So I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.